We read this letter on Tuesday, but I wanna read the article on it. Minority trade groups are calling on Fortune 500 companies to stand firm on DEI commitments. In a letter to Fortune 500 CEOs, national business groups expressed concern over recent attacks on DEI efforts. Following months of backlash from conservative groups, I almost got jump scared. This is your song, thank you, slave. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Thank you, Hayden75. Thank you, Hayden.
We are the bad guys to the Marxists and commies. This document is a rallying cry from a general in a war that is seeing victory fall from their grasp. They have more ground than we do, but we have rallied and are pushing back hard enough they can't ignore.
Exactly, and Hayden, you've been crazy talking to other podcasts and other people trying to spread the work that I've been doing on Bridge. You're fucking nuts. Accidental adjacent investigative journalist. Thank you for helping spread Bridge around, Hayden. You're fucking nuts. You're fucking nuts. You feel like you're ODing on black pills? You genuinely can't think of how we get out of this? I mean, if you look at the way that they're talking, like Hayden said, they're understanding the amount of backlash from this, and they're worried that more people will start noticing. They're worried that the average person, that the normies, will start believing in what people are warning them about. Right now, they can just screech that any backlash is from far-right bigoted Nazis, but eventually enough people will know what's going on that they can't hide behind that veneer. They know that they'll be found out, so they need to circle the wagons, they need to change the language, they need to go underground, and like with Bridge, they're transforming the entire DEI framework so it's less noticeable to people right now. Your parents asked you what woke is yesterday? Oh my god. A whole article was they're coping hard. It is afraid, as they say. Following months of backlash from conservative groups and outcry from individuals like a billionaire Bill Ackman about the dangers of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, prominent trade groups supporting DEI policies are making their voices heard. On Wednesday, a dozen trade groups representing business owners from various minority groups sent a letter to Fortune 500 CEOs requesting that they not give in to political pressure or legal threats from anti-DEI advocates. Unfortunately, business decisions intend to capture the value from diversity initiatives have been politicized by a vocal minority of ideologically motivated voices who ignore both facts and the law, said the signatories, which include leaders of the U.S. Black Chambers, the Black Economic Alliance, the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce, National Veteran-Owned Business Association, and the Women's Business Enterprise National Council. Isn't that quite literally what I just said? Like, all on... I literally just said that. The groups pulled statistics from various studies on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives for their argument, emphasizing the business case for such policies. For example, the letter mentioned a 2020 study from McKinsey & Company, which found that ethnically and culturally diverse companies book 36% more profit per year than their competitors. Didn't we read an article at some point on stream that said, like, the majority of studies nowadays aren't even actually peer-reviewed, and so there's no way to know how many of these studies are just, like, made-up shit? Point how DEI and Bridge ideology is actually racist and illegal in several laws already on discrimination in a positive way, to force ideology not actually being organic. Yes. The trade groups also push for top companies to prioritize supplier diversity programs, which have been under attack. Last year, the Small Business Administration 8A Business Development Program, meant to help historically disadvantaged groups gain access to government contracting deals, was sued, and a provision of the program shut down.
Just dusting off my pipe for the paranormal HK stream.
Thank you, Space Monkey, for the heckin' pipe and the 550. Yeah, we're gonna be playing that tomorrow.
Man, Kirsche was sick since Sunday.
Oh no!
Finally got the idea to get some Arby's. I remembered their horsey sauce as horseradish. Man, I love this zing. Really opens the nose and brings tears to the eyes. This sauce is amazing. Try some quiche. It tastes great.
Is it called horsey sauce because there's horses in it? Man, thank you for the $5 doodle. Thank you. That's also funny how they're just like, this is an attack on our tenants. It was legally shut down because they were sued for discrimination, and actually found that that's what they were doing. Wow, imagine. Since the overturning of affirmative action last year, which has sparked much of the backlash against DEI, more than a dozen lawsuits have been filed in regards to the corporate DEI policies of companies such as Starbucks, Target, and Progressive. In response, some companies, including Google, Meta, and most recently Zoom, have adjusted their DEI programs or let go of staff once hired to work on said initiatives. And also on Tuesday, and that video is up on my channel, when we read the article about this, Zoom has let go of DEI employees that they had specifically hired in favor of hiring out contractors that are less noticeable. Cake McCackerson, thank you for the $5. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. We can't let up on the attack on Bridge and DEI. True. True and real. As soon as you want to give up, you know they're continuing doing the work. Opponents are relying on litigation to advance an unpopular anti-growth and anti-competitive agenda to undermine your leadership, the will of the vast majority of the population, and the growth and competitiveness of the U.S. economy. This is such a gross lie. It is insane to me. The fact that affirmative action even got overturned is an incredibly crazy win for people against DEI. And so for the overturning to happen and our laws being like, yeah, actually that was illegal. I don't know how we had this on the books for so long. And their response is, yeah, these people are relying on litigation, but all of this is unpopular and it's not real and you shouldn't pay attention to the legal repercussions. You gotta keep doing the work. Together, we can overcome these baseless attacks and build a more resilient and inclusive economy that ensures continued prosperity for all. Yeah, except I would rather keep my capitalism. I don't want to do all this Marxist bullshit that you have here. I don't want positive discrimination. I don't want negative discrimination. Equality of opportunity. All right, that's what I want. Funny from people who relied on going to the bench for so long. What? There's like cult indoctrination from some game. Yeah, again, they wrote these letters to the corporate, the Fortune 500. Just keep remembering Kim Bel-Air said you have to scare these companies, you know?